Hey everybody, it's Kyle. Hey, I want to tell you about what happened last night. I had to run off for a little while, and we get our kids in bed at about 8:30 at night, every night, pretty consistent. And I had to run off at about 7:30 or so. But before I left, I went into Eric's room. He's 18 now. Doesn't like to be told what to do. Still going through the throes of puberty. And I noticed he had just started a movie. Well, that means that it wouldn't be done by 8:30. And so I told him that, hey, we need to turn the movie off at 8:15. And like some defiant kids, he just grunted at me and said, no. I said, hey, we're going to turn it off at 8:15. And he grunted at me, no. And I said, well, we're going to turn it off at 8:15. So let's turn it off at 8:15. There's your clock. And he said 8:30. And you know, it's okay to negotiate with these kids sometimes as long as they're being reasonable, right? So I said, okay, 8:30. Can you do that? And he said, fine. And he had this really disgusted look on his face. Well, I took off to take care of some business that I needed to do. And I didn't get back till about 8:35. And when I walked in the house, all the kids were sitting in the living room, smiling and laughing and talking about their week, including Eric, which kind of surprised me because one of two things usually happens. He either doesn't turn it off when he's supposed to, or if he does, he's furious because he doesn't want to turn it off and he's going to somehow make us pay. Well, you know, they were all smiling and happy, and we had our family prayers we do every night, and we got them all up in bed and gave them hugs and kisses and, you know, the good stuff, and told them all I love the crap out of them, and they say it back. It's kind of one of the silly things we do. But then I went downstairs and I said, hey, Shelly, what happened? Because I know he didn't just turn it off at 8:30 and come down smiling. And I was right. She said at 8:30 he came down furious, just stomping his feet and angry. And so my wife saw what was going on, and I told her what had happened. And she said, thank you so much for bringing down the movie. He was watching Netflix, and we have it on Roku. She said, thank you so much for bringing down Roku, Eric. And he grunted at her, and he started kind of saying something aggressive. And she said, hey, we have a fun week planned, don't we? And she said he stopped for a second. And she said, tomorrow night is family night. And it's your turn. What do you want to do? And so he stopped with his angerness, and he said, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So he wanted to watch that Monday night as a family. So my wife said, that's great. We'll do that. That sounds great. She said, but you know what else is happening, right? This next week? And he said he didn't know. Well, he's been looking forward to the release of the new Transformers movie. It's like Transformers 75 or something. I lost count. But I know it's the new Transformers movie, and it's coming out this week. And she said, if you're good this week and you're nice, we can get it on Friday. So you'll have it for this weekend. What do you think? And she said, the smile spread across his face. And she said, sit down and let's talk about what we did this week. And he sat down, and all the kids sat down. And that's when I walked in. So my wife had really taken a situation that, you know, I want you to imagine your son comes down stomping and screaming and yelling, which is what he was doing because he had to put up the movie, and how the family would generally react to that, but then how my wife reacted to it. You know, in the past there were times when he would act like that, and it would just tip his brothers and sister, or my wife and I, or just the rest of us, into a bad mood on Sunday night. But my wife knew exactly what to do and how to manage him in a way that lowered stress and tension immediately and increased the happiness. And I walked in last night to a happy, loving family. What do you know? It's incredible. But I just want you to know that if you're afraid, or you think that this is your new life, this life of stress and tension and just like combat, I want you to know that it doesn't have to be. We've been where you're at. we figured out a few things, and we want to share those with you. So let us help you. I'm doing a webinar this week. Click on the link. Go check it out. Register for it and watch it later this week. Let me know what you think. I want to hear what you think. We're doing something real special now that I think is going to help a lot of families. So if you think these videos you watch are the be-all, end-all, you have no idea how much more there is to learn in the strategies and techniques that we teach on the Insiders Club. So click on the link, check it out, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.